Washing up Rude Boy today because I'm getting ready for a car show that we got going on this weekend. This is a 14, I did the math this morning, this is a 14-year-old bike. Rude Boy is the 2009 Kawasaki ZX14, and I have not upgraded it because I just haven't felt the need to really do any upgrading. It's more power than I would ever need, and it runs great. On top of that, it's a very unique design, Jamaican themed bike, and I have not seen another Jamaican themed bike around at any of the car shows. I have seen green, which is, you know, they call it the Kawasaki green. I've seen that on a lot of bikes, but I have not seen a Jamaican theme anywhere around. So for that reason, the money that I would have to spend to redo this bike in a newer year would be kind of ridiculous, especially considering this bike runs fine. There's nothing wrong with it, just no use in really upgrading at the moment. So now I've had the bike for about 10 years, so I've got a chance to grow with it, get to know it, and just enjoy it. And again, I just don't see the need to upgrade at all. Works fine. Might want to get my wheels looked at, put a little attention on the wheels with some scrapes and scuff marks and things like that on the wheels from over time, you know, regular wear and tear. But other than that, I mean, the bike runs great, it's fast, and it looks great with unlimited. I think it's a great bike. I don't see the need to really update it at all. Not having any problems with it. I took it into the shop a few months ago. Spent about $2,000 worth of work to get the air shifter fixed, and a lot of other things that did with the bike just to make sure it's running properly. And they did a great job. So no need to be updating. Now where I'm going to update is in sim and my sim racing. I got a new program that I'm getting ready to download called RIMS, which is a motorcycle program for sim racing on the stream. And it looks really, really amazing. Looks really interesting. So I am going to download that. I'm drone wheels on my sim racing. I'm drone wheels on my sim racing. So follow me on the channel more of that content, because I'll be updating, pretty much trying to post this video every day if I can. You guys may notice that I tucked my tag. I've gotten in trouble like once for that before, for tucking the tag under. But he didn't give me a ticket. The police officer didn't give me a ticket or anything. He just pretty much said, change it. That was about 6 or 7 years ago, and I never changed it. And I hadn't gotten in any more trouble since then. I don't run this bike like I used to run it. I used to ride with a crew called the Rough Riders, and we used to ride pretty hard. I had a CBR 954 back then, which was what I call a wheelie bike. But that bike got stolen, and they found it 6 years later. And after they found that bike 6 years later, I traded it in and got Rude Boy. And Rude Boy's been doing great for me ever since I gotten it. I'll give you the history, a little bit of history on this bike. I did not like this bike when I first got it. I didn't want this green bike. I went into the dealership and I asked them for, I was looking at a black and gray Hayabusa. And I saw that Hayabusa up on their website at Wild Motorcycle here in Atlanta. And I went down there specifically. I called my buddy James. I said, look, you got this Hayabusa. He said, yes, it's still here. Come on and see it. I went in to go look at it. And literally, when I went there to go see it and go look at it, somebody had got it and put it in finance while I was there. Within 10 minutes of me getting there, they put the bike in finance and ended up getting that bike. And then James, the guy who works there, said, you can come and take a look at this one right here. Come take a look at Rude Boy. And immediately when I looked at it, I didn't like it. Let me get a towel to dry this off. So immediately when I saw this bike, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the green. I wasn't a fan of the green. And I told the dude, I said, look, I came in here for this Busa. You told me it was still available. And then somebody puts it in finance. How could you let them put it in finance when you knew I was here to look at the bike? Well, they're just trying to sell bikes, so they didn't care about that. So he said, come look at this green right here. It's a ZX14. It's got more power than that Hayabusa you was looking at. And overall, it's a better bike. But I couldn't get over the fact that it was green. And I didn't even realize it was Jamaican themed until like the day after I bought it. Nobody ever brought up the word Jamaica. Nobody ever said anything about the bike just being Jamaican themed. I didn't even realize the Jamaican flag on the back of the bike until after I bought it. Now, when I bought it, I was scared to ride the bike home. I was super nervous about riding the bike home. I was scared to ride it home because I had been riding a Suzuki 750 after my 954 got stolen. I was riding a Suzuki 750 and way like half the power of this one. Until the guy, my salesman James, said to me, he said one thing. He said, Chess, he said, the bike is only going to throttle as fast as you throttle it. It's only going to go as fast as you throttle it. And if you don't throttle it that fast, it won't go that fast. And when he said that, it hit me. I said, he's absolutely right. I don't have to do 150 or 200 miles an hour almost on this bike going home. I can just do 40. And that's what I did. I literally bought the bike and I did about 40 miles an hour all the way home. Because I was scared of the power. Everybody was talking about how much power this bike had. And I was super just nervous to get on it and ride it because of the power that it had. And so, so I rode it home. And then I went out with my motorcycle crew that I was riding with at the time. I think it was the Front Runners at the time. Which is crazy because the Front Runners saw me when I was riding the 250. I started off on the 250. I did not start off on this bike right here. I didn't start off with this much power, and I don't recommend you guys start off with this much power either if you're trying to get a bike or get into riding. Even if you've been riding for some time and you stop riding and you're thinking about getting back into riding, don't start off with something like this. Go back to a 636, 600, 750 even. Although 750 is a lot of power too. But start off a little bit smaller. And then also one thing you got to think about is, what if you drop your bike? To this day, fingers crossed, knock on wood, wherever some wood is, there is no wood. I've never fallen or dropped Rude Boy. And it's because I've been super, super careful with it. I've never done a wheelie on it, although I was coming off of a wheelie bike doing wheelies every day. I've never done a wheelie on it. I I've never done a wheelie on it, and you just got to be very, very careful when you're riding a bike like this. What you got to do with a bike like this is really just appreciate the power. And if you tune it, or you trick it out, or you do decals on it, make it look nice, and do car shows and stuff like that, you really just got to respect the power that this bike has. And that's the reason that you get a bike like this. It's not for speed, unless you're racing, and I don't race, Rude Boy. It's really just for kind of cruising. And it's funny because with Unlimited, my ZX14, with Unlimited, my 370Z, and with this right here, every time I go somewhere out on the street, everybody wants to race me. Everybody, all the time. And it's just because of the stripes. You see stripes. I think with dudes, and leave a comment down below and let me know, but with dudes, when y'all see stripes, y'all think race. Automatically, y'all think it's time to go. Time to race. Well, I don't necessarily want to race every time I go somewhere. I don't want to be under the pressure of having to race, and I used to be under that pressure, and I used to actually accept a lot of races. Now, I don't. But again, I'm over 40 years old now. So I don't have the peer pressure of, oh, this dude wants to race. He's got a Camaro, he's got a Mustang, he's got a Shelby. And he takes off and hits the throttle and makes a bunch of noise. And now I just let him go. I'm like, okay, dude, there's nothing you can do that's gonna outrun this right here. So why try? And why do I need to be under the peer pressure of hitting corners and curves, or possibly hitting a rock or something when they're in a car? Their whole body's encased around a cage, and I'm out in the open. So again, this is for you young dudes out there. If you got this kind of power, even if you're driving or riding a 750 or 1000 or even a Busa, guys, just chill. Like, you don't have to. You already got the power. You know you got the power. So you don't need to justify having this kind of power. So what I do now is I roll up the car shows making a bunch of noise, because this Suke pipe is the loudest pipe that I've ever seen at any motorcycle show or any bike show at all. Nobody has ever beat the volume that I have on this pipe. So knowing that, how good it looks, along with Unlimited. Let me pull Unlimited out too, so we can check both of these out together. All right, so I'm gonna take Unlimited out as well, so you can see both of them together. And leave some comments on the video. Let me know what you think. Oh, I thought I had got everything. Let me know what you think about the color. And my sim racing, please go check out some of those videos. Soon, I'm gonna be coming out with my store for my merch. And I want you guys to support that as well, if you don't mind. It's gonna be really cool stuff. Like, my merch is not gonna say drone wheels all over it and all that kind of stuff. You might see like some key tags that say I race. So support that so that I can get more content out to you guys about racing. And let's pull out Unlimited. Now I really need to wash this one too, because it's dirty as well. But number one, I don't have the time because I got to get into the sim room and do some sim racing so I can get another video out for you guys. And number two, I've already put everything away. I poured out my soap and all that stuff. So listen, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to this quick, short video about Rude Boy, which is here, Unlimited, which is right there. And then next, we'll get on to this right here. Next, we'll get on to, I gotta wash my wife's car too. I gotta wash the Raptor as well. So we'll get those out. And then tomorrow I'll be bringing Lucy home, which is my Nomad, Kawasaki Nomad 1600 cruiser bike. I've had that one for about 6 or 7 years as well. And that'll be coming home tomorrow too. So I'll shoot another video tomorrow, bring you guys another video tomorrow. Thank you guys for sticking and staying, not going away. And please go over to dronewheels.net and just throw your email address in there and your name to enter to win some of these great things I'm going to be giving away. Also, some of the merch that I'm going to be bringing you guys is going to be pretty cool. So would love to have your support there. But meanwhile, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Meanwhile, guys, if you want to see my last race, which was amazing with the 370Z, click this video right here. I'll see you in a minute. Peace.